you so much for downloading my intake form template. I'm going to teach you everything you need to do to set this up and start using it today. So the first thing you're going to do is click on the link that you will have been given, and this will open this page, and you just want to click make a copy. And then once that is open, it will show you exactly this page. The first thing you need to do is, if this error message pops up, all you need to do is restore. Sometimes it disconnects from the folder it needs to connect to. So every time, just hit restore and it will fix that issue. So it opens to this pretty plain template that I've set up for you, but I wanted it to be very generic so you can add your own branding and colors to it, which I will show you how to do. So the first thing that we're going to do is change the title to whatever works for you. I'm just going to change that back to client intake form. And for me, I'm just going to do test for videos so I remember which one it is. Click on customize theme, and that's going to open this little box up. So choosing a header, not necessary, but I really like the branding aspect of that. And it does require a very specific size. So for that reason, I set you guys up a template. So I've made this document so that you can use this straight away. You can either create your own header for the form, or you can use one of my pre-made ones. So I've just used my interior design studio, SDI Interiors. This is the one that we actually are currently using on our intake form. So I've grouped them all together so you can delete straight away what you don't need. Otherwise, you can follow this template. So insert your own logo here, and you can add your own tagline, or feel free to use the one that we've included in there. And I've just made 3 pretty simple, easy ones for you guys to edit. I really like this one because you can drag and drop a photo in. So if we just use something generic, you can drag that in. So your own project, a 3D render, your own, branding patterns or textures, if you have one, can go in there like that. So once you've made that, I'm just going to share that, download it, and I'm just going to download current page. We use that one. I'm going to make sure it's the JPEG and then download that one. So I'll let that download, and then we want to upload that one. So we just need to browse, click that, open, and that will load in. And you can see that it's exactly the right size. So the ratio is perfect for what you need it for. And I'm just going to hit done, and then that's going to pop into the top section of my form. And will look like this. And it's already picked some branding colors for us, which obviously we don't want. But as an example, this is what our studio intake form currently looks like. So we've got our header, we've got our colors all set up, so it looks very on brand. So go ahead and change all of your colors. So you've got, this is your main color here, and then you've got your background color as well to play with. So I'm just going to click out of theme, and then feel free to explore this form on your own. I won't go through the whole thing with you, but generally the way it works is you've got your section header, you've got, you can do a title, you can explain a little bit in the description about what that section is going to be about. You've got all your questions coming down here. There is a title for each question and then an answer section as well. And this asterisk that's in red basically denotes that that is going to be a required answer. So they can't proceed through the form until they have answered that, and an error message will come up when they're answering that form. With this form and the way it's set up is I have put those asterisks on everything that you would usually want to be a required answer. So you don't necessarily have to go through this and add your own. It's all pretty well set up for you. And then the way that this works is you just click on the section. You can change what kind it is. You can add an image if you want. This is the button where you say required or not required. So that's taken the asterisk off. That will put it back on. You can delete it, duplicate it. You can add a description if you need one. But this first header section, I have denoted that this, obviously you need to put your own business name in there, and then this contact section as well. So the next thing I will show you is the settings area. So I have this set up with all of the settings that I use currently. So it's up to you if you change anything. So responses is the other section with settings that we need to look at. So I've done some dummy responses in here to show you what that looks like. So basically anybody who has filled this form out, their data and all the answers that they've filled out to all those questions will be in here. So it will just end up with a very long list down here of all the people who have responded. You've got the section there that's just questions only, and it will show you, the responses to those questions. Then you've got individual, so that's each individual person's response. So this is the part that I always like to, as soon as I've received a filled in intake form, I will go in here and I will hit print response, and that's going to print that one client's full intake form. So I will take this to my initial consultation with them. I'll save it in their digital files. I'll make sure that is everywhere. And this is a document I will refer back to if I can't remember the address, or if I'm trying to get in contact with them and I haven't saved their phone number, or I'm going to buy them a client gift. So the answer to what sort of client gifts they like is in this document as well. So it's a one-stop shop for all that information to ensure that you never misplace any information, and you're always organized with being able to draw from that information really quickly. So if we go back to summary, the other cool thing that this does for you is collate all of the answers. So in our studio responses, we've got hundreds. So it's a really good way of collecting data on where all of our leads are coming from. So for instance, in here, I've got, okay, well, occupation wise, I've got 2 interior designers here. So that's pretty cool. I feel them out myself, but we also have stuff like, okay, well, where did you hear about us? 2 people have said Instagram. So I know, okay, lots of people are finding me on Instagram. I want to invest more time and focus more on my Instagram strategy, because obviously that's where my clients are coming from. So it gives you really, really important data that is going to help you make decisions in your business. You don't have to go and set up this whole data sheet to track it. It's already in this program for you. So that goes for every single question that's in that form. And when I say every question in my form is there for a reason, this is that reason, to collect data that I can leverage to assist me in getting more clients. So when you look through this format, it is very, very long. That is the reason why. It's because it's got every single piece of information I am really ever going to need from all of these clients, whether they proceed with services or not. I still have a very good gauge on where they're all coming from. So the final thing that we want to do is link your responses to a spreadsheet. So that's create a new spreadsheet for this intake form, which will create a Google Sheet, which realistically all the data is already being tracked through Google Forms. But some of you who are very Excel savvy, or you want to really push this further, is you can collate all of that information. We will automatically fill this in when new intake forms are filled out consistently. So it will continually update. So in responses, we also want to get email notifications for new responses set up. So if you click that, you now have email notifications. So every time a new person fills out this intake form, you get sent an email to notify you that has happened, so you can then action it however you wish. So it is going to automatically attach the email to the Google account that you have signed in and started the template with. And the final thing that I need to show you is how to send this. So now that we've filled it out, what do we do and how do we get it to people? So we want to hit the purple send button. You've got some options. You can either email it directly to a client. I like to get the link. So that link is in things like my Instagram bio, my TikTok bio. It's also in our services guide on the website. Like, it is everywhere. So this link is very important. So I would copy that and save it somewhere you can get it back easily later. You can always come back into here and get it, but I like to have it somewhere super easy to access. But other than that, guys, that's everything you really need to know to set this up. If you have any questions, please reach out.